This Tuesday, we honor those who served in our armed forces with Veterans Day. And today on For the Record, Pittsburgh's Action News 4 anchor Michelle Wright introduces us to some local heroes sharing their stories.
Coming up Sunday morning on For the Record, supporting veterans. I speak with three men who have served our country, and in one of those stories, we learn about a group that's giving back to vets themselves. I'm talking about life-changing service dogs for veterans. Take a look at Foxy. She's one of the service dogs helping a veteran who has dealt with physical ailments as well as PTSD. And her owner tells me about the multiple ways Foxy has saved his life.
The first night that I really learned to listen to her, it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. She wakes me up, and it was different than the normal one that I get when it's PTSD and it's a night terror. And she's crying and she's licking me. So it's a little bit more aggressive. And I knew that they said, if it gets really bad, then go to the hospital. So I decided, okay, she won't stop. I went to the hospital, right at St. Clair Hospital, came in, her and I, and turns out I had some internal bleeding. I had no idea. No idea.
Plus, the president of Forgotten Flag Foundation joins me in studio. It's a powerful, all-new For the Record Sunday morning at 11, right here on WTAE Channel 4.
Just about 9 o'clock on this Sunday. News, weather, and sports. Everything you need to know to start your day. Pittsburgh's Action News 4 continues right now.
And rain filing in on this impact day, but it's not just rain that I'm tracking, also the coldest air of the season. And our first flakes, too. I'll be timing it out for your neighborhood in your certified most accurate forecast.
Plus, a veterans tribute canceled. How the government shutdown is impacting a local, long-standing tradition at a nearby cemetery. And the EQT Pittsburgh 10-miler and 10K races now underway. We are live throughout the morning with a look at the big races and the road closures that you need to know about. And our first look at the new Market Square. We will walk you through the new phase of construction set to begin tomorrow.
Pittsburgh's Action News 4 this morning starts now.
We have a lot to get to, but first we want to say good morning and thank you for waking up with Pittsburgh's Action News 4. I'm Lily Coleman. You know, meteorologist Jill Swed. She is here with the biggest story of the morning, of the day, of the weekend, and that is the first snow of the season.
Right, and we still have got several hours ahead of us before that gets here, and I know there's a lot of anticipation, myself included, but this impact day is for the rain that's probably going to move a lot of the runners along that are still maybe out there on the course for the EQT Pittsburgh 10-miler race. We'll be checking in with Ava Rash here in just a moment, but breaking down this impact day, scattered rain chances for us, eventually changing over to flurries late tonight. That's as temperatures will steadily drop. Starting around noontime today, a bit of a breeze starts to kick in. And again, everything's about to change, giving us that little bit of a winter preview before too long. Starting to see more of that rain filtering its way eastward. In fact, it has reached I-79 in parts of Butler and also Allegheny counties, just skirting around downtown Pittsburgh. So maybe some good news for the runners, at least right now, but some steadier rain not too far off. In fact, started to see a few lightning strikes being detected crossing out of Beaver and also into western Allegheny counties. Heaviest rain, majority of the rain back across Beaver County. Some of that rain will be tracking towards 376 before too long here this morning. Still got a ways to go. Rain will continue to filter in, working its way from west to east across the area between about now and let's say 1 o'clock. The other issue we've been dealing with, some of that dense fog. You can still see the low clouds covering up the point, good portion of the Pittsburgh skyline with Action Cam here. We'll keep it an impact day through about noon, 1 o'clock. That's when most of the rain will be settling in, eventually moving out. A little bit of a lull, but then that chill starts to settle in. Temperatures steadily dropping second half of the day. We'll see a few more chilly rain showers before eventually it gets cold enough for the flakes to fly come late tonight. Looking ahead to Monday and Tuesday, highs only in the 30s. Some flurry chances will be possible. Another impact day to begin your Veterans Day. It feels like temperatures, they're only going to be in the teens, but things are looking up for the second half of the week. I'll give you some details in your 4-day plus 4 more minutes away.
All right, Jill, thank you. And with the showers and our first flurries in the forecast, it's a good time to make sure you have that WTAE mobile app handy. There you can turn on the alerts to know first when future weather changes are coming to your neighborhood. Well, it's a story we've been following all morning long. It is a race day here in the Steel City. The 2025 EQT Pittsburgh 10-miler and 10K happening right now. Covering Allegheny County, our Ava Rash is live from the race's finish line in downtown Pittsburgh with a look at the excitement this morning. Hi, Ava.
Hey Lily, we are having so much fun out here at the finish line. I'm not gonna lie, the music is immaculate, the vibes are great, everyone is having such a great time. I want to get out of the way so you can just see what's going on here. These are some of the 10K runners who are finishing up here, and obviously that 10 miler is now underway, so we are waiting for some of those elite athletes to come through this finish line. So very exciting. You have to remember, this is one of the biggest races that they've had for the 10 miler. 5,500 people are out here running this race today, so pretty amazing to see. Now, we actually spoke to a bunch of runners throughout the morning. Specifically, we spoke with Annette Nance. She says that she's running this today to be an example to her kids. Take a listen.
I have kids and I want them to know that you have to live a healthy lifestyle. It's not necessarily I'm trying to make a PR or beat my time, but I just want to keep moving because it's just so important, and I think the more that we move, the better that we feel.
So amazing to hear, right? That's such a great message as well today. So everyone here that we've been talking to has an amazing story. It's really amazing to just see everyone cross the finish line. I couldn't do it. So it really is just an example of what you can do when you put your mind to it. But guys, we're going to be out here throughout the rest of the morning, so make sure that you stay with us. But for now, covering Allegheny County live in downtown Pittsburgh, Ava Rash, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Ava, you certainly could do it. Thank you for your perspective this morning. And because of the race, several road closures are in effect. The last closure is expected to lift just before 1 this afternoon. The Andy Warhol and David McCullough bridges, better known as the 7th Street and 16th Street bridges, respectively, they are also closed. That is going to last until 11:30 this morning. And our live coverage continues throughout the morning. A little later, we will have a very special announcement. You don't want to miss it, so be sure to stay tuned with us. Well, 9:04 is our time on this Sunday, and the transformation of a historic part of downtown Pittsburgh continues. Market Square was originally called the Diamond. It dates back to 1784 and has been a community gathering spot for more than 2 centuries. Now, most of us probably remember it looking like this after a renovation in 2009 created a pedestrian-friendly square with shops and restaurants. And this is an artist's rendering of what the square will look like come April. A new $16 million project and a brand new look. This weekend, Pittsburghers gather to celebrate construction being halfway complete. Covering Allegheny County, Pittsburgh's Action News 4 reporter Felicity Taylor has a look at the progress.
Looking around.
A $15 million project for a new and improved Market Square is now halfway done.
We have 2 little kids. We have a 5- and 7-year-old, and to bring them down here and get to experience the city more as it feels safer and cleaner, and we're excited.
The north side is open and people are noticing the expanded pedestrian spaces.
An additional 75% more space for pedestrians in front of some of these restaurants. And so you're going to see, when it warms up again, some really huge outdoor dining spaces, the ability to create larger events in Market Square. So we have a new water, power, lighting. It's going to be one of the best public spaces in the country.
Construction started in April. Business owners say foot traffic has been way down since then, and they're ready for people to come back.
I'm just looking forward to a lot more events. The nighttime crowd coming back and the square being active again and lively.
And it will be easier to walk around too. Many folks Pittsburgh's Action News 4 spoke to at Saturday's opening noticed the curbless surface.
I do love the new brick. Because back in the day, people walking out, I'd see people walking around with heels tripping and slipping on the brick. But now it's all even, it's all perfect, it is perfection.
And I see people with wheelchairs coming through and they're not having a hard time, so that makes me really happy.
Monday, construction will flip over to the north side of the square and traffic will close permanently there except for deliveries and emergency vehicles.
Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership says the entire new square is set to open in April. Covering Allegheny County, I'm Felicity Taylor, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
New this morning, police in Newcastle are investigating 2 separate fires at the same home. Lawrence County dispatchers tell us around 10:30 on Friday night there was a small fire at a home on Harrison Street. Fire crews say they were quickly able to contain that fire and put it out. But then overnight, around midnight, at the same house, there was another fire that nearly made the home a complete loss. No injuries were reported, but dispatchers say due to the suspicious nature of the fires, Newcastle police are investigating. And just into our newsroom this morning, a crash on the Mansfield Bridge. Local fire crews posting this picture of that scene, saying 2 people were taken to an area hospital around 2:30 this morning with serious injuries. There's no update on their condition. We are working on getting you more information. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. And also new from overnight, a police investigation in Pittsburgh's Spring Hill City View neighborhood. This was the scene on Rhine Place just before midnight. We have reached out to public safety officials to learn more about what led to this response. And this morning we have new information about a deadly house fire in Pittsburgh's Brighton Heights neighborhood. We brought you this as breaking news yesterday. Firefighters responding to the home along Parvis Street just after 5. About an hour later, they found a 64-year-old man in a bedroom on the 2nd floor. He was pronounced dead at that scene. Firefighters say they worked throughout the morning to battle hot spots in the 3rd floor attic of the home. They have ruled this fire an accident. The victim's name has not yet been released. In the meantime, Allegheny County Fire Marshal is investigating a fire that heavily damaged a laundromat in Penn Hills. Firefighters were called to the East Hills Coin Laundry on Robinson Boulevard just after 2 o'clock yesterday. They found several dryers on fire. Crews were able to put out the flames and then vented the building. 8 after 9 is our time. The government shutdown now in its 40th day, and senators are working through the weekend for the first time since it started. This comes as flight cancellations are mounting and SNAP benefits remain delayed for millions. Our Washington correspondent Jackie DeFusco joins us now from Capitol Hill. And Jackie, there is still no bipartisan deal, but the president is weighing in on the health care debate.
President Trump is pitching an alternative to Democrats' health care demands, which are at the center of this government shutdown. On social media, the president said he's recommending that Senate Republicans move funding away from insurance companies and instead send it, quote, directly to the people so that they can purchase their own much better health care. The president there was criticizing the latest proposal from Senate Democrats, which aims to end the government shutdown and extend Enhanced Affordable Care Act tax credits for 1 year so that lawmakers have more time to debate broader reforms. The expanded subsidies have helped hold down out-of-pocket insurance costs for millions of Americans, but they're due to expire at the end of this year without further action from Congress.
Well, short term, we cannot allow millions and millions of people to see an outrageous increase in their premiums when they simply cannot afford it. That would be a disaster.
Republicans are not about to further burden taxpayers by blindly extending a flawed program. The Democrats' proposal is just more of the same.
GOP leaders have signaled more openness to another emerging proposal, still being negotiated by a bipartisan group. They're discussing bills that would pay for parts of the government, like food aid and veterans programs, while temporarily extending funding for other areas until December or January. Notably, the plan would only include a future vote in the Senate on health care policy with no promised outcome. Reporting on Capitol Hill, I'm Jackie DeFusco, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Jackie, thank you. Due to the government shutdown, the Veterans Day program at the Cemetery of the Alleghenies is canceled this year. According to a sign posted on the visitor center door, the ceremony will not happen because of the lapse in funding. Cemetery management is also canceling the Avenue of Flags, which normally happens during Memorial Day and the week of Veterans Day. Typically, 100 giant flags are placed on 25-foot poles near the entrance to the cemetery. The flags were draped over the caskets of veterans and donated for the ceremonies.